what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Blap! Oh my gosh. Can you guys hear me okay? We working? How's the mic sounding? Testing. 1, 2. Is it low? Is it loud enough? Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. If the mic sounds good. It sounds low. That's what I feared. 1 second. One second. Let me put this on for y'all. Yeah. Testing. Can you guys hear me? Does it sound messed up? The mic's still low? Okay, hold on. No sound? There's no sound. Wow. Okay, someone said now y'all are all over the place. Hold on. Testing, can you hear me? It's low? Is it still low? Y'all are all over the place. Some people are saying there's no sound and hella shit. Is it too loud though? Hey, whoever put no sound, block them. Because they playing games. I know there's fucking sound. Is it still sound real low though? What about right now? Someone said it's too loud. What about right now? I turned it down, but I didn't turn it down too low. Are we good? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you try to tell me my audio is not working right now, huh? Yeah, okay. I ain't got no audio. That's what you telling me, huh? Yeah. I came on the live stream and you ain't tell me I got no audio, huh? Someone says turn it up. Okay, listen. We gonna do a vote. Listen. Me. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Right? If you like that level and it's perfect, say hell yeah. If you want me to increase the sound, say hell no, and then I'll increase the sound. And some of y'all motherfuckers is deaf. Someone's like, okay, I'm getting confused. Hold on, we're gonna do this again. I'm on the microphone right now. If it sounds good, say Khabib. If the microphone sounds bad, say Conor McGregor. And if you want the levels raised, say Conor McGregor. If it's good right as it is right now, and I can start the stream, say Khabib. You know. Okay, we got 2, 3 Khabibs. Khabib. All right, we working then. Yeah. We had to get right one time. Here, I'll crank it up just a little bit more, but I don't want to be blaring. All right, I just turned it up a little more. We should be good in the game. You know what? I know this. I'm gonna listen to myself real quick. I apologize. Make sure I'll smash the like button. I'm gonna see what's going on. I'm gonna listen to myself. Yeah. Ali oxen free. Ali oxen free. Oh yeah, we sounded good. I thought I tried to tell you. Oh yeah, we sounded good. Yeah, my vocals sound crispy. What y'all talking about? So motherfuckers talking about Connor, man, Connor. We sound crispy. What y'all talking about? Look. Motherfuckers talking about Connor, man, Connor. Yeah, y'all. Okay. I know at first it was low because I've been I'm trying to get the vocals crispy, you know. I'm trying to get us real right. You know, I need that like, you know, that frustrated equalizer on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn. I need that, you know, I need my shit to sound I can sound like a lot of things. And I'm just trying to make sure I need that Denzel on my voice. That's what I'm saying, huh? Yeah, all right. Make sure you smash the like button. I didn't know you like to get wet, though. Sherm, Dust, PCP, Primo. That's what you had. Shout out to Vallejo, man. 707, say it backwards. We working. We got to do it, man. All right. Now we got the sound tweak. I got a little T, little yerba. We working now. I know the sound had to be like fucked up at first. Smash the like button. What y'all want to talk about first? Eddie Hearns and Tyson Fury, or Broner versus Pacquiao rumor? Fans run the channel. We let the fans run the channel. You know, Eagles Army run the channel. It's whatever they want to do. Oh, Luis Ortiz. Well, there's no real update. We'll start with Luis Ortiz. That's the first thing I seen. So, we'll start with that, okay? My thoughts are this. Let's see Luis Ortiz versus Dillian Whyte. That's it. I don't want to see the Derek Chisora rematch. That's cool. Derek Chisora, I thought, won the first fight. They didn't give it to him. Cool. Not crying over spilled milk. However, you know, I'm ready to move on from that. And if they're really trying to book AJ versus Dillian Whyte rematch, which I also am good off of, at least put together a fight like that. You know, Eddie Hearn did an interview where he said something to the effect of, "Oh, I would love to make the Luis Ortiz fight if the Derek Chisora shit don't pan out." You know, but you're managing the careers of both Derek Chisora and Dillian Whyte, so you can just make sure that pans out. You know, just so you don't have to fight Luis Ortiz. Somebody needs to take that King Kong challenge straight up. He's a good-ass fighter. You know, Dillian Whyte, since getting knocked out by Joshua, he's been building up. That is the guy in terms of the tier underneath guys who have been champions. It's those two, you know. And then Gerald Miller's probably just behind him. But I would say Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz have fought better names. You know, Dillian Whyte fought Joseph Parker, fought AJ. Luis Ortiz fought, you know, the Malik Scotts and Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. So they need to fight each other, period. You know, they're the guys just underneath the championship level. So if they really want, in my opinion, if we're going to thwart them into, because you got to keep in mind, the Joshua fight was decided. It wasn't like there was this controversy or premature stoppage. His eyes looked like they were rolling in his head. He got hit with a vicious uppercut, and he was badly hurt, you know, by Joshua. Joshua's strong, you know, and that's when Joshua had more, like he's been leaning out recently, but that's when he had, like, when he was looking hella diesel, just, you know what I'm saying, like, hub. And that's Dillian Whyte got hit with that. You know, so I think that's what should happen. You know, I'm really good off Derek Chisora, because if Dillian Whyte wins, that's not enough to really make appeal for the AJ rematch. I'm sorry, you know, and I'm not trying to deconstruct, because I like Dillian Whyte. I like what he represents. I like how he's a trash talker. He seems like a fighter, like a true fighter. Like, I know he's a fighter, but he seems like he's down to scrap, you know, so I get it. But at the end of the day, I want like Lucas Brown, that's cool. Fighting Joseph Parker off a loss, that's cool. But I never really rated Lucas Brown as the master of the division. You know, I never really rated Joseph Parker, even when he was a champion, as the strongest champion. He was still developing. You know, so realistically, since Joshua, we have not seen Dillian Whyte fight anyone remotely as good as Joshua. You know what I'm saying? No one as good as Deontay Wilder. We haven't. So if you're not going to immediately get the title shot and you want to prove that you're worthy of a title shot, to me, Luis Ortiz would be that guy. Luis Ortiz, by far, no matter what you say, you could bring up his age, you know, you can say you hate Cubans or whatever you want to say, but one thing you can't say is that he's not a good fighter and he's not sharp, you know. And regardless of what the fuck y'all talking about, if Dillian Whyte fights Luis Ortiz, that will be the best guy. If he can get a victory over Luis Ortiz, that will be the best guy, the most stylistically formidable guy that he can fight and beat since losing to Joshua. So this what I don't understand about man fans in the comment section. They'll say all these excuses. Oh, Luis Ortiz, he's just old. Okay, but you have to understand one thing. You can say whatever you want to berate and belittle and demean Luis Ortiz, but it doesn't work, because real boxing fans know that if Dillian Whyte fights him, that will be the best name that he's fought since Joshua. It'll be the guy with the, you know, skills. He has a win now. No, it'll be better than any Dillian Whyte win. You know, because the Joshua is a good name, but he lost the fight. So I would give Dillian Whyte more credit. You heard it out of my mouth. I will give Dillian Whyte more credit if he could beat Luis King Kong Ortiz than any fighter on his resume. Same goes with Luis Ortiz. If Luis Ortiz beats Dillian Whyte, not give Wilder a run for his money because he lost the fight. If Luis Ortiz beats Dillian Whyte, then that'll be the best victory on his bill. You know, in terms of momentum, the guy's punching power, and, you know, what Dillian Whyte brings to the table, what Luis. That's why I want to see the fight. You know, if Dillian Whyte beats Derek Chisora, he already beat him. So who's to say that's the best name on you know, the best victory on his resume, beating him a second time? Yo, what up? We just working. That's the mark of a good fight. So it does. It's not like a one-way street. Like this just benefits Luis Ortiz. This would benefit Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz. They will single-handedly be each other's best victory. Not the best name they fought, because you would probably say it's the champions they fought would be the best name. But it would be the best victory, whoever wins that fight. Now, okay, if what I'm saying, not including their losses because they didn't win those fights, is experience, cool. Name a better, if Luis Ortiz got knocked out by Dillian Whyte, name a more impressive opponent he's fought that's better than Luis Ortiz. Name a better, if Luis Ortiz knocked out Dillian Whyte, name a better knockout or win he has. See, this is when new media, we ask the tough questions. A lot of people, see, Eddie Hearn, he's a master of this when he's doing his interviews. A lot of people, they have a lot of filler. What I mean by filler is this. Like, even as a musician, like when I was writing and doing the music stuff, the hip-hop stuff, every artist has filler. You know what I'm saying? Some have more than others, but every artist has filler. What a filler line is to complete, your verse. Not everything is going to be your hardest line. Not everything is going to be a punchline. Some guys are like punch heavy and stuff like that, like Cassidy and stuff. But if you're writing a song, it's like sometimes you have to set up the punchline. So you just have to keep the same rhyme cadence. And then, every third bar or whatever, you're coming with your hardest shit. You get what I'm saying? Nah, Jadakiss, yeah, he has filler. He has filler too. Every rapper, again, you guys be trying to correct me, but I know what I say, so there's nothing to correct. Every artist has filler, no matter who you are lyrically, like, Jadakiss, Nas, Jay-Z, Eminem. You can't tell me every single bar he wrote was just the most vicious punchline, because it's not even realistic. You have to set up the punches. But the reason I'm bringing up this filler talk, that's what filler is to me. When you're just filling the space with lines to set up or, But what I want to get to is the beans and meat. Let's get to the punchlines. Let's get to the end result. Let's get to what you're really saying. You get what I'm saying? And Eddie Hearn, when he's doing interviews, a lot of times it's filler. Like he'll start, oh yeah, Joshua, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll be like, Shelly Finkel and my dad, they have a combined age of 156. What does that have to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're in the middle of like answering a question, and then you start venturing off into, oh yeah, but Shirley Winkle, Dinkle, Finkel, Finkel and my old man, 156. That don't have nothing to do with answering the question. So to me, all that's filler. So I want to strip away most of the filler. That's, if someone asks you direct question, what's your favorite food? If you have a favorite food, you just say fried chicken. I like sushi. I like pizza. I'd be like, oh, it depends on what day. My dad used to be able to cook. Like, you just get straight to the money. End of story. So when it comes to Luis Ortiz and Dillian Whyte, let's cut all the filler. If they fought each other, that would be the best victory either one of them has. Point blank, period. Now, since we got rid of all the filler, if you disagree with that, please let me know who they fought that is a more credible win, meaning the guy stylistically had more of a chance to beat them. The guy stylistically was more of a problem for them. The guy had more momentum. He had more qualifications. He had more experience. He had more. So cut all the filler out. Luis Ortiz being 100 years old. This guy losing to this guy. That's all filler. Let's go straight to the issue. If Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz fought this December, please tell me who either of them have beat that is a better victory that they already have on their resume than the other person. Make sure y'all smash the like button. We just doing some of that easy work. So name a Dillian Whyte victory that would be greater than him beating Luis Ortiz. Name a Luis Ortiz victory that is greater than him beating Dillian Whyte. Momentum, all things considered. Who does Ortiz have? If I'm forgetting someone, let me know. Who's Ortiz beat that's better than, that you would say is way better, has more momentum and all that, more of a stylistic threat than Dillian Whyte? Brian Jennings? Oh, that's a good one. That's a pretty good one. That's you know, I'll give you that. You look like Ice Cube, bro. I look like I'm trying to talk boxing and y'all worry about what I look like, but whatever. To each his own. That's what's up. You know, Brian Jennings is a real good fighter. That's my dude. So that's actually a close one. But it's still in the same stratosphere, to be honest. You know, Dillian Whyte, what he's accomplished now, Brian Jennings, what he had accomplished. You know, Brian Jennings had some good wins. He had like Spilka win, knocked him out, stuff like that. So that's pretty close. But okay, name for Dillian Whyte. Who is Dillian Whyte beat that's better than Luis Ortiz? Who's Dillian Whyte? Do the reverse, because it was a two-part question. Who is Dillian Whyte beat that you would say he has a victory over this guy, and that guy was way better than Luis Ortiz, had more momentum, more of a stylistic threat to Dillian Whyte's style, etc. No one, exactly. So, again, this is what we do in new media. Cut all the bullshit, cut all the filler out. Luis Ortiz is 6,000 years old. He can't sell it. Cut all that filler shit out, and let's get to it. Who is Dillian Whyte beat that's way greater? Beat, not fought, beat. So, you know, either way, it's the mark of a good fight, period. So that's why I want to see it. Moving on. The rumor is Manny Pacquiao. I do believe I can't wait to hear if Pacquiao did sign to Al Heyman. I can't wait to hear him announce it. You know, it's up to my advisor. I want to thank Al Heyman. He make this fight for me. He made he make the AB fight. I want to thank Al Heyman and then the Lord, because I am really religious, and Jinky, she cook Denaguan for me. I'm going to hell for that impression, but I can't wait to, you know, if that's true. I just want to hear Pacquiao thank Al Heyman. That shit would be funny. It's up to my advisor, Al Heyman. I'm going to hell for this impression. Didn't Dillian Whyte beat Joseph Parker? Yeah, he was nearly stopped in the 12th round. So, yeah, he did. But Joseph Parker, so you mean to tell me Joseph Parker is better than Luis Ortiz? All right, hold on. Andrew, are you trying to, hold on. We might have a hot seat. Are you trying to say Joseph Parker is far greater than Luis King Kong Ortiz? Please tell me that's what you're trying to say. I'm ready for the action. His name is Andrew Carrasco. You just brought that random question up. We was moving on to Pacquiao, but we'll detour for you. Are you trying to tell me that you believe that Joseph Parker? No, but he's a solid name. No. That's not the question. This is what they do. New media. We're not talking about solid name. You know, you could say Robert Helenius is a solid name. You know, Lucas Brown's a solid. We're not talking about solid names. That wasn't what we were talking about. We were talking about somebody who is stylistically a bigger threat. Joseph Parker coming off a loss. I said all things considered. Joseph Parker coming off a loss to Anthony Joshua, losing his belt, no longer being undefeated, having shaky performances even before fighting Joshua, going the distance with Raz Kojanu, who Luis Ortiz obliterated, and I was there at the Staples Center, right? We're not talking about no solid name. We're talking about bigger threats. So if you're not like, you could be the next contestant on that Summer Jam screen in that hot seat. We're not doing that. I said a greater threat. We're not talking, you could say, oh, Ortiz beat Dave Allen. He was solid. He beat Malik Scott. We're not talking about solid. We're talking about greater names. So y'all got to keep up. Anyway, Adrien Broner versus Pacquiao, that's rumored. I don't know how true it is, but they're talking about in January. Listen, I like it. Pacquiao's aging. Broner knows how to sell fights. Stylistically, I gotta lean towards Pacquiao. He just experienced. That motherfucker Pacquiao got like 60-something fights or something. He was fighting in the womb or something. He got hella fights. That's how you could tell Pacquiao's really not in this newer generation. He's lasted to this new generation, but he's not really from it because we don't see guys with that many fights anymore. Lomachenko got fucking 12 fights, and they saying he's comparable to all these throwback fighters. So a lot of guys don't have like that many fights, and if they do, then it's like more like DeMarcus Corley, where they have hella fights, but they also have 20-something losses too. So Pacquiao, considering how many fights he has, he doesn't have that many losses in the grand scheme of things, based on who he's fought and stuff. So I like the fight. I'm not mad at it. Broner's gonna sell the fuck out of it, and then Broner's he's a wild card. You don't know what to expect. How Forrest Gump, life is like a box of chocolates. Broner is like a box of chocolates. Pause. Because you really never know what you're gonna get with Broner. Broner was pretty much losing handedly against Sean Porter for 11 rounds, and then he check hooked Sean Porter, which is something Kell Brook or Keith Thurman never did, which is drop Sean Porter. Danny Garcia never dropped Sean Porter. So Broner, he has the skill. He has the talent. People sleep on that. Listen, people sleep on that. I know it's a catchweight, if that's what you're going to say is the reason. But Sean Porter was in pretty well control of the Broner fight, and he got check hooked in the 12th and got dropped. Big punchers like Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, and Kell Brook never seeded Sean Porter. Julio Diaz, who knocked down Amir Khan and fought Sean Porter twice, didn't knock him down. So, you got to give credit to Broner. But Broner, I think where he suffers is some people, really the maturity. Like, is he gonna be focused? Is he I went to the Mikey Garcia fight, and he looked dialed in. But then come fight night, it wasn't even like superbly competitive. And then it was competitive in spot, but Broner didn't let his hands go. Like, I really believe Broner hurt Mikey Garcia. Ego, you seen Tank's Twitter lately? He don't seem happy with Mayweather keeping him on the shelf. Yeah, I seen that. I seen like free Tank. Tank's my dude, but he's young. So, he has to discover things a certain way, like his own way. I don't know, because other people have had an issue with Mayweather promotion. But bottom line is you sign with them. You have a multi-fight deal. So, you're going to have to work it out with them, whatever you decide. But Abnormades responded to that, I seen on Twitter. And he was like, don't blame Mayweather. This is what Abnormades said if you go to his Twitter. He said something to the effect of, don't blame Mayweather Promotions. He's like, how you going to be mad at them and you're not even staying in shape in between fights? So he said, don't blame your promotion. A lot of people have questioned if Tank can make 130 comfortably with what they perceive him to weigh. I don't even know because he hasn't stepped on the scale. But, he looked bigger than 130 in the videos and stuff people seen and showed. So, I don't know. I don't really get in people's business like that. I don't know. If he's unhappy, he's gonna have to work it out with them, get bought out of his contract, or find some middle ground to fulfill his contract, whatever. Um, Chirac in this. Yo, what's popping? Shout out to Chirac. But Broner Pacquiao, I like it. I think it's a good fight. Broner, Marquez hurt Pacquiao and knocked him out. So Broner could definitely hurt Pacquiao. But Pacquiao's like a whirlwind. You can't let Pacquiao get going. And Broner, with the ability, him losing rounds up front, not throwing enough punches, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work, because mid-fight, Pacquiao get confident. You don't give him enough to respect. Pacquiao going to be in second, third gear, and Broner's still going to be trying to play catch-up. He's going to have to let his hands go against Pacquiao. So, it's a good fight. It's a big fight for boxing, so I like it. I'm not mad at it. Especially if they're trying to build Mayweather-Pacquiao 2, or the winner of that fight, I guess, get Mayweather. That Floyd's smart. Al Heyman's smart. Because it's a high-profile fight, even now. Even though Broner has like 3 losses, Pacquiao has some odd losses, it's still a high-profile enough fight where people are going to watch. See, this is I don't like fake shit. So, like, the thing with boxing that I don't prefer, shout out to Cordova07, $2 super chat, Shmoney gang, thank you. I just don't like the fake shit in boxing. Like, there's a lot of people who attempt to do kind of what I do with like the YouTube shit, cover boxing, but they be on fake shit, or like fans. Bottom line is, people, they like Mayweather McGregor. Oh, this fight's horrible. Who really wants to see this fight? This is a bullshit ass fight. Knowing they ass is finna watch it too. You know what I mean? So don't be fake. Don't fake the funk. If Broner fights Pacquiao in January, if you're a boxing fan, we've watched much less. Motherfuckers watched DAZN card yesterday night with Thomas Delorme and Jesse Vargas. So you mean to tell me you're not going to watch Broner Pacquiao? Stop it. But that's what they try to do. And the reason I call it fake shit is because we know it to be fake. How we know it to be fake is because each and every time they say these things, oh, nobody wants to see Conor versus Floyd, then it sets records. Then it sets records in terms of pay-per-view buys. Thank you for blocking that, dude. My shooters be knowing. My shooters know who's causing disruptions. Shout out to my shooters. Yo, make sure y'all smash the like button. But yeah, just people do a lot of fake shit in boxing. Like, oh, this fight is bogus. This is, and doing all this griping, knowing damn well they're gonna watch it. Ronald Finkley, you crazy. Listen, people don't understand, like, you can have what's perceived as a better fight on paper, but if it's lousy promotion, I really feel this day and age, it might do worse than the fight that means less that has a better promotion. It's awesome when it can have both. Like Wilder Fury, I think is gonna have a both. I think it's a fight that means something to the heavyweight division. It's very meaningful, and I think it's also gonna be a fun promotion. And that's actually a perfect segue. Let's talk about it. Eddie Hearns and Tyson Fury. I did a video about this. Tyson Fury basically outed Eddie Hearn. He did what Broner did, speaking of Broner. And he posted the contract. He basically Eddie Hearn was, I guess, poking a stick and kept talking shit. So I got so much to talk about. Hold on.
Time until I retire. I'm sorry to tell you that because I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
Speaking of fun promotion,
let me tell you, all that stuff you just said, you're already beat. Believe it. Anyone who has to have an alter ego and not be themselves in there and trying to get in someone's mind like that, I'm not you can't beat me. And if I'm not talking to Deontay Wilder, let me talk to the other person inside you, the bronze bomber. I'm not trying to get in. You're looking at a man who stands in the light. I can't be beat by any alter egos. I can't be beat. I don't want you to feel. I've already beaten you. I beat you once in Dusseldorf. I'll beat you again in America. Never. Can't be done. I can't be beat. Even when you still.
What I tell you, fun promotion. Anthony Joshua versus Povetkin, we heard nothing about it. You know, Joshua let his hair grow. That's about it. You know, posted on his Instagram barely. And a lot of times when he was posting, he was advertising like fucking muscle milk or some shit. You know what I mean? Little endorsements and ads and shit. You know, these dudes is entertaining. But anyway, Tyson Fury did what Broner did. As you guys can see, in case you missed my video, this is Tyson Fury, his verified page. And it's a message, a private email. It says private and confidential. And this is what Eddie Hearn offered. You know, it's the beginning of the email. This is what Eddie Hearn's offered. You know, so we got to talk about it. So let me catch you guys up so you guys know what's going on. Earlier this year, I guess Tyson Fury was a free agent when he was coming back to the sport of boxing after long layoff with the cocaine shit, serving suspensions and whatnot with UCAD. He got his boxing license back. I guess in Monaco, Eddie Hearn Matchroom, they sat down with Tyson Fury and said, "Hey, we want you on Matchroom. We want to sign you to a multi-fight." Basically what they did to Amir Khan. You know, you're a free agent. We want to sign you. Tyson Fury heard him out. I guess there was like, before he read up with Frank Warren, you know, he seen what they were talking about. He got offered £3 million for the first fight. He didn't reveal the whole email, so I don't know what they offered him for fight 2 and 3 or how many fights they were offering him, right? And bottom line, he didn't choose to go with Matchroom, hence why he re-upped with Frank Warren, which is like Eddie Hearn's UK rival, right? So Tyson Fury listened to the offer, has proof of the offer in his email, which is what I just showed you, which is what he just leaked and posted. And it showed fight 1, they offered him £3 million. So Tyson Fury basically fired a warning shot. Because Eddie Hearn's post-fight after Joshua knocked out Povetkin, Eddie Hearn was saying that Tyson Fury is dreadful to watch and, you know, the most boring fighter in boxing. You know, it's like watching paint dry, all that type of stuff. You know, slanderous shit. Can you guys hear me? Hello? I don't know if the chat paused because the comments just all of a sudden stopped. Damn, it's real weird when you guys do that. Like the comment will be my chats, the conversation's always moving, and then sometimes when I be dropping these sermons, everyone's just listening like it's a real classroom, and I'm like, cause it's all online, I can't see y'all eyes and faces and shit, and everyone will just listen, and it's just crazy because I always feel like there's a glitch or something. Yeah, motherfuckers is really just listening. So, anyway, I guess it's Professor Ego, you know. So, Eddie Hearn offered him a deal. He didn't choose it, and he chose Frank Warren Frank Warren gave him tune-up fights, 2 tune-ups, and now he's fighting Wilder. Boom. That's where we're at with it. But post Joshua Povetkin, Eddie Hearn was basically talking shit about Tyson Fury, saying how boring he is, and he's like god-awful to watch. So Tyson Fury roasted him by posting his own contract. And he said something to the effect of, not bad. Like, look what he offered me. Not bad for a guy who's, so boring. I could read what he said exactly, just for transparency. He says, just something to shut a little tit of a boxing promoter up. Not a bad offer for the worst boxer out there. See? So he fired a warning shot. He's like, I'm gonna take down your whole operation. You better stop, poking the stick. And he said, and he warned him again with this. He says, and there's many more where that came from. He says, so best watch your mouth, you tit. What Eddie Hearn's been doing lately is like very, very damaging to his fighter's brand and his own credibility. Tyson Fury, that he exposed it, because what Tyson Fury is saying to me makes absolute sense. How are you going to make fun of these guys and act like they're horrific fighters, or Windmill Wilder? Nobody knows him in New York. He's not selling out stadiums, but you were trying to get Wilder on DAZN for a 2-fight deal, and you were trying to offer him at least $5 million for the first fight, right? How are you going to roast Tyson Fury and say that he's dreadful to watch and, penny dreadful, all this stupid shit? He's boring and nobody likes him. And, I can't stand his fights. They put me to sleep. All this stupid shit. But you were offering him over $3 million US, 3 million pound, which is greater than $3 million US. So Tyson Fury, to me, unless you guys know of some alternate universe where that makes sense. So realistically, it sounds, to be honest, it sounds pretty two-faced, because you're sitting up here earlier this year and this is what you're putting. Look, it says, "Hi Tyson, private and confidential. It was a pleasure to sit down with you in Monaco. I've been thinking a lot about us working together, and I'm very excited. It's a deal that would blow the boxing world right up. Further to our discussions, I outline a 3-fight proposal to work promotionally, for you to work promotionally with Matchroom." You know what I'm saying? So that he's exposing him, because that's kind of two-faced if you think about it. You sitting up here saying he sucks and he's so boring in front of the camera, but behind the scenes you was offering him good money to join your stable. That's not. Shout out to Tay Tay, $20. It said mod me, ego. Anybody seen Tay Tay? We got to get people to vouch for you. Anybody seen Tay Tay's comments? Should I make him a mod? If not, you got to put in some more work to be a shooter. I'm gonna let Ego's Army pick for you. Because I don't really remember your name, to be honest. Have y'all seen Tay Tay or seen him on someone else's channel as a moderator? Ego's Army, vote. Do we have a new shooter? Anybody seen Tay Tay in the comment section? Shout out to you for the $20 super chat. But I don't want people to think that you just super chat me some money, slide me some money, and then you could be a shooter. I follow you on Instagram. What's your Instagram name? Because I don't know your name on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. I don't want that. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, money is great, but I just can't have someone slide me money and just make them a shooter because they said it. If I recognize you, that's something different. If I know you're good for it. But I've never even seen you on YouTube, or at least under that name. What's your Instagram? Or if you don't want it in front of everyone, hit me up on Instagram privately. And then, if you don't want everyone to have your Instagram, because I can understand that. Boxing Hub USA. Bro, it's not it's not ringing a bell to me. I'm gonna see if I. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you, so just we'll hold out. You know, just the best way is like just be like show up in the chats and stuff like that. You know, so we can see. I don't recognize the username. I'm pretty good about this. Raka, Ego, you gonna start giving credit to DAZN now or what? Now that what? What are you talking about? Raka Maraca. Give them credit for what now? What are you saying? I don't get it. Shout out to Dale McCree, $20 super chat. He just matched your $20 and he didn't ask for nothing. He just said no hate, but he brand new. That's what I'm saying. We can't listen, it's not just about money. Money's cool. My bills is paid. You know, super chats are great. It helps the channel. Don't ever get that twisted. But I can't just mod people, become shooters. Let's just take payments to be a shooter. That's not what we about. We try to keep this, as organic and realistic as possible. No offense to you. I'm not saying you're not, one of them ones, but I don't want people to start thinking they could, slide $20 and be a shooter, because that's not the purpose of that, So just join the community. Make yourself known a little bit more, join the conversation, and then, we'll take it from there. But shout out to you for the super chat, both of you guys. This is why they mad. That's $40 in 2 minutes. I see why they mad. This is why they mad. Shout out to Tay-Tay. He just sent another $25. Brand new to the chat, but not to the IG. Yeah, man. Just hit me up on IG or something so I know, I'm not doubting you. That's never it. I'm not doubting you. But I just wanted to, we got to set the standard for what we're doing over here in New Media. But shout out to everybody for the super chat. Now, Raka, where you at, Done? Where you at, Done? You said, am I going to start giving DAZN credit? What credit for what? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to explain what you're talking about. No, don't switch. You talking about Tay-Tay. We talking about you. I'm talking to you, Raka. You said, am I going to start giving credit to DAZN? What am I giving them credit for? Like, what do I need to give credit for that I haven't? You know what I'm saying? What was up with that comment? That was just really random. So we trying to get to the bottom of that, Raka. That was just random. We was just in the middle of talking. You talking about, yeah, you going to give DAZN credit? Credit for what? I already said that Delorme versus Vargas was a smashing success. Read your live chat and don't make me repeat myself. Get him the fuck out of here. I'm not even bad. Shooters, whoever wants to clap Raka Maraca, that motherfucker said don't make me repeat myself. Get him all the way the fuck out of here. You don't know who you talking to. He said don't make me repeat myself, motherfucker. You gonna repeat yourself under another username. That's the only way you back here. Talking crazy. He said it was a smashing success. We gonna smash you. Pause. That motherfucker tripping. He said, don't make me repeat. Okay. Hey, shooters, clap him. Whoop his ass. His name is Raka Maraca or some shit. Get him out of here. I didn't see nobody clap him yet. He said, don't make me repeat. Okay, we got you. Is he gone already? My shooters clapped him that fast. Oh, okay. Damn, my shooter's just quicker than I expected. Shooters put in work. They be clapping. I thought he was still here. That motherfucker is vapor. Anyway, these dudes are so desperate. He said it was a smashing success. Boy, if you don't... I haven't even watched the fight, so I don't know what type of fight it was. I heard it was pretty good, though, for a fight. But this is the thing. How meaningful is that fight? Like, is the game changed? Do we have, like, a new They fought to a draw. Do we have like a new player that could fight Errol Spence and beat him now? Like, what are you talking about? So, based on what you've seen, both of them getting dropped and fighting to a draw, can they fuck with Errol Spence? Can they beat Errol Spence? You know, do they have a belt now? Oh, they have the interim belt. You know, are they major? What are you talking about? Smashing success. They showed a clip of DAZN, like an aerial view, and then they cut the lights hella dim because there's hella empty seats. I know the tricks. Cut them lights. They had like the opening scene in Belly and shit. Hella dark with black lights and shit. So nobody could see them empty seats. Stop it. You talking about a smashing success. Everything that happened on the DAZN card, and you know, I had someone who was at the DAZN card, you know, who did good work. But at the end of the day, everything about the DAZN card was overshadowed by UFC 229. You know, Derek Lewis's post-fight interview has more retweets than anything I've seen from DAZN. From that DAZN card, I guess you could say. Shout out to Dale McCree, $25 super chat. Damn, y'all sending nothing but orange super chat. It must be October, because we got them jack-o'-lantern super chats. This is why they mad. You know, I haven't seen major thing from UFC 229 that got less exposure, you know, as far as the pay-per-view card over the DAZN. So what are you talking about? It's a smashing hit. It was a bad day to put that. They should have put on one of the days where they didn't have no major thing that they're competing for, and it probably could have did better. Everything I've seen the day after, people were talking about Conor McGregor getting jumped, Khabib fucking leaping off the fucking octagon mat, you know, Derek Lewis's post-fight. My balls is hot, you know. I didn't really even see nobody talking about Thomas Delorme and Jesse Vargas. But on Twitter yesterday, I seen a couple people who may have went. And then, you know, they said it was a decent fight, a good fight. But people, they have to reach. It was a smashing hit. It was a cracker of a fight. What are you talking about? That UFC 229 was a smashing hit. Let's compare DAZN's numbers in Chicago to UFC 229. Look at Nacho. I guess he's from Chirac. He said I was going to go, but I passed. So, like, what are y'all talking about? You know? Anyway, we some super chat guys, man. Super chat guys. He said it's not worth my $70. I told you would have made that card sweeter. Adrien Granados versus Jesse Vargas. That's a great fight. Listen, I'm a boxing head over UFC all day, but that UFC 229 was lit. Derek Lewis, he was losing in a good competitive fight, and then he just melted his man and then put him to sleep on the mat. Like, it was a good fight. Tony Ferguson, Kukui versus Pettis. That was a bloody-ass fight. They both hurt each other. And then one, you know, it's a shame it had to end on a broken hand. And then the main event, y'all know what that was with Conor. You know, that was a good fight. Tactical fight. I thought Khabib was dominant. So what are we talking about? It was a horrible idea to put that DAZN card up against that. Oh, wow. Tay-Tay said we some super chat gods. We the super chat gods. Gang, gang. Shout out to Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay been in here heavy. $100 super chat. I told you, these is bloody chats. These is bloody chats. Oh my gosh. Tay-Tay stunned. We the super chat gods. You know. Hey, I'm gonna go cover the Crawford fight for y'all. You know, so we about to get out there. I gotta go support Terrence Crawford. I've supported his fights for years. I'll be out there. Shout out to Omaha, Timeout Chicken. If y'all know any other spots to eat too, let me know. Anybody from that 402. It's a good fight. You know, Jose Benavidez is in mad shape. You know, hey, Jose Benavidez, I do like his confidence though. Jose Benavidez talking greasy right now. Jose Benavidez is already in Omaha. And he like, I'm in Omaha taking pictures with your people. I'm with your fans.
Omaha, Nebraska with my new friend Greg at the antique store. This is the first time I came to an antique store, so I got a Picasso painting, a Johnny Cash record, little old school camera.
He out in Omaha, like everything he's doing, he's like, he's filming and shit. Like, look, he in shape too. I don't know why it's looking fucked up, but it's a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. You know, Crawford, he whooped Jeff Hearn, took his belt. This is a bigger guy, different style. You know, we'll see what, may the best man win. I'm looking forward to it, man. I like, for me, I like going to some of these fights where the fighter is so skilled. Like, I learn from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really like watching Terrence Crawford fight because I feel like every time I go see certain guys like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, I'm really a part of history. You know what I'm saying? Because if they stay on the right track, guys like that, even Mikey Garcia, they have a chance to be like real-time Hall of Famers and like, the next great thing. When I'm watching these Joey Spencers and Shakur Stevenson, that's why listen, if you guys can start a small business, I encourage entrepreneurs, anything entrepreneurial, because this has been like, this has been awesome for me because I feel like I'm a part of history. Hey, y'all trying to stunt up. Tay, he dropped another $25 super chat. It says Dale McCree match me. Hey, y'all be tripping. But yeah, man, I feel like I'm a part of history when I watch certain guys because I know like early on in their careers, damn, I was at that fight. I covered that fight. I was there live for that. So I don't miss those opportunities if I have them. Shit. This is why they mad, man. We got the stunt gang super chat. And listen, the thing is this. I'm just talking boxing. He said if I could donate $2,000, I would. Nah, you don't even have to do that, man. We got an army of people. Anything you guys donate is great. And see, this is how I know motherfuckers be hating because they be like, oh, Ego's begging for donations because they see donations. I'm not begging. All I did was talk about boxing. Did y'all hear me beg? But that's what they say. So fuck it. I guess I'm a vagrant. I'm a beggar. I'm homeless. All that shit. That's why in life, people, please don't worry about trying to please everybody because you won't be able to do it. That's why I just keep it pushing. I stay in my own lane. I'm worried about myself, my family, and my close friends. And I keep my circle real tight. You're not going to please everyone. People always got dumb shit to say and people hating and shit. Yeah, Ego be buying subs. All right. If you think I'm financing trips, and doing all that off of bots and fake subs, to each his own. Ego's begging for tips. All right, well, I guess the motherfucker at Denny's and Starbucks, they begging for tips because they got a tip jar and they got a spot on the receipt where if people want to support, they can. But that's why we keep pushing. Anyway, I like looking forward to like just good fights, so I could say, damn, I was there when Terrence Crawford, before he moved up all these weight, like these, you have to look at it. What Roy Jones was to me, like growing up and stuff, somebody has to fill those shoes. You know what I mean? Who's this generation's Roy Jones and Floyd? It has to be somebody. Somebody's going to go on to do like mega crazy things and, break records and stuff like that. So I just like to be there and be part of it. So I encourage boss life. That's something that I talk about pretty heavily on Instagram and stuff. Be your own boss if you can. And the thing that sucks is people look at the end result and they just like, oh, wow, I want that. They're like, I want that. Oh, he's covering fights, going to you. They don't know the sacrifice, though. I lost friendship, not even just friends. I would say relationships, like girlfriend shit. Lost relationships, lost money, where I invested in something and it didn't pan out. I lost sleep countless nights. People don't care about that, especially in this modern world. Is about what have you done for me lately? Technology, information at our fingertips. Everything moves in a New York minute, a mile a minute. You know what I'm saying? People don't look at stuff like that. But if you can, be your own boss. Like, I transitioned out of work and never looked back. And this is coming from a person who's worked his entire life for somebody else. So you can imagine how rewarding this is for me. Since I was 14 years old, I've steadily had a job with no gaps in employment. And for the first time, I took a gamble. It was hard. The hardest part is the first couple of years, to like really, that's going to make or break you. This part right now, this is the easy part. Because now we get to the point where we're out of the red. We've learned what we needed to learn. And now we can have some fun with it. Initially, it's not going to be fun at all. But I think God puts you in positions to test you. Like, let me see if he can get through this. Let me see if she can get through this. And if you can't get through it, then fine. You can't get through it. You quit. You quit on yourself. You quit on your dreams. But if you have the wherewithal and you have the insistence and persistence to get through it, that's when you reap the reward. And this is the thing I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm just trying to drop some gems. Smash the like button if you like this type of talk too. The thing about it is this, is it ain't gonna happen when you want it to happen. It'll happen when the time is right for it to happen. That's where a lot of people fuck this whole game up. They like, oh, I gotta do this, and then, they set unrealistic expectations, and when it don't happen on your terms, then all of a sudden you give up. Don't do that. Pretend you have no expectations. That's why, like, if I'm like, let's say I'm dating a girl. I'm a king analogy, so I'm gonna give you an analogy. Say I'm dating a girl. I don't have no expectation. Oh, I want to marry her, and I don't know you like that. You know what I'm saying? So cut all that bullshit out. Stop trying to marry every girl that you first meet and let it flow and see what happens with it. Some relationships progress to the next stage. Some don't. Some people fall off. Sometimes you date someone and find out they're not compatible. Okay, cool. The goal is to not waste too much of your time. If you know red flags that you're not compatible with someone, ex-nay that situation, so you don't waste either person's time. But it's not going to happen when you want it to happen. Stop setting fake, unrealistic expectations and then giving up. A lot of you guys are like, you make fun of Victor Ortiz and all this shit, but y'all some quitters. So don't be a quitter. Straight up. It's not going to happen when you want it to happen. It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. So until then, buckle the fuck up, man up, woman up if you're a chick, and then, deal with everything that comes with it. The heartbreaks, the loss, the sleepless nights, and get there. Because I'm telling you, I went through some of the worst of times right before this boxing shit blew up. Like, real talk, I'm laughing now, but it was no laughing matter. Like, I'm talking about in my adult life, these were like I was the most financially strapped that I had ever been. You know, I made bad decisions, you know, just different shit like that. And then this boxing shit took up. Now people hit me up on Instagram that I know or used to work with. They're like, oh, yeah, that Ego's really moving. He's traveling. You know, I got people hit me up like, oh, what do you do for a living? Like, what is that? They're all curious now. Motherfuckers wasn't curious when I was trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? People weren't curious about what I was doing when I see. And that's the other thing. Motherfuckers don't care about the struggle. You know, like when I'm trying to figure everything out, they didn't care what I was doing. Like, hey, what are you up to? What are you doing? How can I help you? They weren't supportive then, but then when you already achieve it, when you unlocked it, this, you know, this new badge, and now that they see I'm traveling, now all of a sudden they're hitting me up. Oh, what are you doing? Hey, man, fuck all that. No new friends. If you wasn't there from the beginning, you not here now. Straight up. They don't, and that's what I'm saying. You got to know. And then the ones that were, like my family and my close friends that were at all points there, they're going to reap the benefits because they're going to be able to, anything that I give or anything I get, you know, I'm going to give back. You know, we don't do the wave hopping. We're not here for that. So if you weren't here from the beginning, you know, or you didn't stay down or whatever the situation, don't be curious now when the shit gets good. That's what people do. There's a lot of people that do that. When the shit get popping, they want your help and shit. Why didn't you help me when I needed the help? And then when I start putting, you know, it's like, I'm going to drop another analogy for y'all. We the king of analogy. I'm a king of analogy. Okay. It's like, you know those jigsaw puzzles. Y'all want this analogy? Are y'all still up? Y'all want me to get back to boxing or you want this analogy? If you want the analogy, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I ain't letting you hold shit. If y'all want this analogy, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? And that's the other thing. A lot of people want the shortcut. Don't ask me for nothing. You know, I didn't beg Ellie for an interview. I didn't, you know, say, Ellie, give me the game, teach me everything. He had to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Ellie Sekback, shout out to my dude Ellie. But, you know, he had to go through it, trial and error. I'm sure he had people that were working with him that didn't work with him. Some people have worked with him and they still work with him. You know, he had to go through those trials and tribulations like me, like everyone else. So figure it out. Don't go looking for someone else for a handout. You know, hold on. We got to get to this super chat. Lamar Goo, just $10 super chat. Hell yeah, score one for new media, baby. Shout out to my dude Ego. 2 cuties just went home. I'm too old for this shit. Just kidding. I'm 41 years old putting in that work. Wow. Ego putting in that work. You already know how I get down. But shout out to Ellie, you know, he's an entrepreneur. Same thing. You know, you guys stop looking for handouts. Don't, oh, Ellie put me on. No, he ain't putting you on. I mean, he can do whatever you want, but I'm not putting you on. You got to work. But anyway, I'm going to tell you how this game go. King Analogy style. It's like one of those real intricate 1,000+ piece puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, right? You can have all the pieces just fresh out of the box. They scattered everywhere. It's not making any sense. You have to find the edges. What are the middle pieces? So what happens is in life, some people are going to come in and see you have this brand new jigsaw puzzle with 10,000 pieces or whatever, and it's just all mixed in. They're going to be like, oh, you working on that? Oh, that's cool. I was just checking on you. And they're going to leave. They're not trying to help you put together the puzzle pieces. You know, they're like, damn, that's hella work. I'm not doing that. But then let's say the same person left, you know, went away, went on a trip or something for 2 weeks. They come back and you've been working on this puzzle every goddamn day. You know, staying up, like racking your brain, like figuring out. And then now the puzzle is starting to make sense. Now in the box, you have less puzzle pieces left. You only have a couple more spots that need to be filled. Now all of a sudden they want to sit down and finish the puzzle with you. No, we don't do that over here. If you weren't, when I had the 10,000 puzzle piece and I just opened the box, if you didn't help me put them there, you know, or you didn't stay a while and like, oh, you need some help, I'll help you figure this out. Don't come in at the end trying to, you know, I only got 5 empty holes out of a 10,000 puzzle piece, you know, jigsaw or whatever. And I got 5 holes. Now you want to help me plug in the last couple spots. Now that I brought the jigsaw puzzle, you can see it's the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge, and I went through all the intricate details and flipping the puzzle pieces and seeing what worked and thinking this, you know, trying to force fit this piece here, and then that didn't work, and I'm like, okay, fuck. And then I had to take that piece. Don't come in at the end, and then now you want to take credit and like, look what we did, and we didn't do shit. Let's go. So y'all gotta know your worth. Don't let people intercept. If they genuinely are down for the movement and they want to help you, and they do help you, then that's good. That's good. Hey, Ronald, why you be putting people in timeout? What you doing? He didn't say nothing. He says now they want in once you get paid. That's what he said. I don't know why you put him in timeout for that. I don't get that, Ronald. He was just agreeing with me and you put him in timeout. That's what I'm talking about, Ronald, that trigger happy shit. He was agreeing with me and you're like, shut the fuck up. What? Anyway. We on that boss life shit. Be your own boss. Run your own business. And a lot of dudes, men aren't men anymore. Shout out to Antonio Mendoza. $5 super chat. Keep coming with the content. Hashtag Eagle Army. Salute to all my soldiers in the Eagle Army. We'll keep coming with that bread. Hashtag hold you down, not hold something. Bow. Shout out to my dude Antonio Mendoza. You know, that stuff helps because I invest in myself. I always bet on me. You know, I don't be out here using super chat money for strip clubs and stupid shit. My whole life is financed through my regular YouTube paycheck. That's the other thing. If you get on this YouTube platform, you know, don't use like subsidiary income, you know, like donations and Patreons, and I mean maybe Patreon, I don't know, but definitely Venmo and PayPal. You need to get a job. You need to get a job if you're trying to use something that's iffy, like as a stable income. Cause these super chats, I can't, I can't tell no landlord or some shit, I have your money about next week. I hopefully get some super chat. You feel what I'm saying? That's stupid. You know, so you got to make sure your life is set up regardless of, this is all additional, like supplemental, like you have to have, like I said, I ain't never been able to see nobody pay with no super chat. And you go to fucking BJ's brewery and, oh yeah, you know that steak and mashed potatoes I ate with the Pizookie? I got you next week. I should be getting some super chats in, and I'll pay you for the Pizookie with the super. You a fucking idiot. Nobody ain't. You're stupid. Cole, you stupid. You can't pay no one no fucking upcoming super chat that you can't predict. You know, like I didn't know Tay-Tay was gonna start making it rain on a motherfucker. Like, you know, so that's not it. Get a fucking job and then do this on the side. See, that's the other thing. People be doing stupid shit. And I'm dropping too many gems. Let me stop. I don't give a fuck. They can do whatever they want. I'm just telling you, that's not it. People be trying to, I should be having a couple super chats. Or trying to, asking people to, you know, my phone about to get cut off unless y'all come with some super chats. Bang, bang, Tay-Tay, bang. Oh, my gosh. Tay-Tay dropped a 50 piece, that $50 super chat. It said drop more keys about life. Man, we could talk, it's whatever. We could talk about whatever. That's the beauty of my channel. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't have to Like, it is what it is. So I don't have to fucking kiss nobody's ass and say something I don't believe. We make more money on, like, if you really want to be real, all this running around kissing people's ass and shit, I make more money doing the live. So you see the super chats. The fuck is you talking about? The other dudes be not keeping it true to themselves, trying to get, I got to get this, chasing Broner and Tank in the bathroom and shit. I'm not doing none of that, and I'm making more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, these fighters know. Like, I love all these fighters. I work with anybody. I work Eddie Hearn. I work with anybody. That's never an issue. But I'm my own boss. Like, I don't have to I don't have to try to interview Broner while he taking a shit. Sorry. Oh man, AB about bowel movements, like, another boo-boo. Like, I'm not chasing Broner in no fucking bathroom. Book it. I went to a fight in New York and was flabbergasted. I went to a fight in New York. Broner and Tank were there in the crowd. It was the Berto Devin Alexander card at the Nassau Coliseum. I literally seen media people walking with their camera, and then Broner and Tank ran in the bathroom, and they were like, kept the cameras rolling and was like, walked in the bathroom behind it. Like, I'm not doing all that, bro. I don't need to do all that. That shit for the birds. Broner trying to take a piss. How many times you shake? Like, I'm not being in no bathroom. It'd be one thing. This is the other thing. This is why, man, I'm gonna go on a whole different shit. And then people be wondering why Tank be slapping the shit out of people's phones and shit. You can't be invading people's privacy like that. Fuck this YouTube shit. Because if I'm trying to piss or take a shit, I'm gonna slap your phone out of your hand too. Don't be like Eminem said, because I can't even take a shit in the bathroom without someone standing by. Like, I'm going to slap your phone out your hand. If I'm trying to piss and you just like, yeah, let me see your dick. You go, like, what the fuck? Hell no, bro. Like, just because you're a celebrity don't mean you want a camera rolling 24/7. You have to respect people's privacy. But anyway, this is my 2 cents on it. You guys can follow motherfuckers in the bathroom for interviews. And it'd be one thing if, like, I would say Ellie's probably the coolest with all the fighters. Like, meaning he has that, because he's been doing it for so long. The fighters fuck with Ellie, Tank and all them, Broner. They'll give him exclusives, and he'll be in the car with Mikey Garcia, so real recognize real. Ellie, he has a personal relationship. Like, I don't know all his business, but I see him be moving, and he be in the, private car ride with Amir Khan and Sergio Martinez back in the day. If you haven't established that, you got to respect people's privacy. You following Errol Spence, he ain't trying to talk to you. He might just came to watch the fights and want to hang out with his homies. Let him hang with his homies. He don't want to say nothing to you. Or at least introduce yourself in another way, and then when you start seeing him more often, then, whatever. That's just my 2 cents on it. Respects no one taping. Couldn't respect no one taping a man pissing. That shit is hella funny. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's not even that serious, bro. But hey, to each his own. If that's what you want to do, tape men in the latrine pissing, you go ahead and do that. We'll be up here dropping gems, talking boxing, getting these super chats, trying to make a difference in this boxing game. Hold on 1 second. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Yuck. 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 What else is popping? Yeah, man, I really don't understand why Eddie Hearn be doing all these interviews for real. Like, it's crazy. He's doing all these interviews and it's making it look bad. And see, you guys, maybe some of you guys don't look for the little signs or whatever, but I do. And ever since Eddie Hearn's been saying all this stuff that otherwise puts a lot of negative energy and perspective on Joshua, it looks like he don't even post on his Instagram and shit anymore. You get what I'm saying? I look at patterns. I followed Joshua he used to follow me, actually. I don't know if I don't think he followed me now, but Joshua used to follow me on Instagram a long time ago. You know? He used to follow me on Instagram. I was actually saying, hey, watch out for this. I'm talking about before he became a champion. I don't think he followed me now. I don't know. But he used to follow me on Instagram, or his handler, or whoever the fuck is on his page, right? And he used to post more. Now I don't see him post. A lot of times when he's posting ads and sponsorship commercials and shit like that. And even on them, people are going in on him. Like, I just seen one and they're like, yeah, fight Wilder. Why don't you fight Wilder? Like, it's just ugly. So, again, you can have all these old media channels I'm telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You know? So, at the end of the day, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Look, he posted this picture, shirtless in overalls or whatever he's doing. He think he Tupac with Death Row. Is that an apron? Anyway. Just look at the comments, though. Look, I didn't even scroll or nothing. First comment. Wilder will knock you out, crying emoji. You so scared of him. That's the very first comment I seen. That's the first comment I seen was Wilder. You about to get knocked out. Like, it can't be, that can't be a good thing. So that's what I'm saying. Eddie Hearns hasn't understood this, but you could do all the damage control you want, but you're not going to be able to, unless you like Hitler or something, where you just have a lot of influence, where you can brainwash people to do crazy shit, But in today's society, it's going to be hard to convince everybody when there's so many things that are pointing to the opposite of what you're saying. You saying Joshua's not motivated by money, but he's saying that he wants to be a billionaire in boxing. So which one is it? Not motivated by money, or he wants to be a billionaire. Those are two polar opposite. That would be like someone saying, hey, Ego, what's your favorite season? Man, I love the summer. I like the heat on me. I like all the hotness on me. Get a good little tan. I like to be on the lake. I like to be in a boat, suntanning, because I like heat. I like summertime. I like to cook. I like heat. Heat. Summertime. Like Will Smith say, summertime. Here it is, slightly transformed. Trying to get a break of the norm. Gotten to be a little bit out of control. Man, damn. Summer. Right? I'm saying I like the summertime. Then 2 seconds later, a day later, I'm like, yeah, I fucking hate the summer. It's hot. Hot than a bitch. What I like is that winter. Like, you saying too many different things. You like the summertime, now you like the wintertime. Even at the very least, just say I like both, or I like all seasons. But you can't do that, where you just. crazy. And what's worse is it's not just Eddie Hearn speaking on behalf of Joshua and Joshua saying something different. Sometimes it is that. But Eddie Hearn says stuff that Eddie Hearn contradicts. Joshua will say stuff that he will later contradict. Eddie Hearn says stuff that his father, Barry Hearn, contradicts. Eddie Hearn will say stuff that Joshua So you have really three people. I don't really hear Rob McCracken as much. But three main culprits, Eddie and Barry Hearn, and then Joshua. And it's all like disconnected. It's never in unison. You know, Joshua, I would like, it's mad. I want to be a billionaire. And Eddie Hearn's like, he's not motivated by money. Which one is it? You know, Eddie Hearn will contradict himself. He'd say, oh, they got to decide to fight us in advance of December 1st. And then someone questions him about it a month later, you know, maybe not even a month, a couple weeks later. And he's like, oh, where'd you hear that? They don't have to have a deal by December 1st. Where are you getting this? What? What are you talking about? You know, where am I getting this? Oh, bam. We're not willing to wait until December to see. A deal must be done in advance of that, subject to him being Wilder winning. So how are you just now yesterday saying there's no December 1st deadline? What are you talking about? There's no catches bullets with his teeth. You know, it's like, this is crazy, bro. Like, it's like, it really reminds me of the Eddie Murphy joke in Raw when he was talking about cheating. You know, like, basically if you pipe your chick down and you cheat, and you can get away with anything if you make her make that noise. You know what I'm saying? He said, I know a dude, he was cheating. His wife caught him cheat. She was mad. She see him. He walked out of the girl's house. And she was like, what are you doing? You cheating on me with that bitch? You cheating with the neighbor? I see you walk out of her house. What are you doing? Wasn't me. It's like, what do you mean it wasn't you? I literally followed you, watched you come out of her house. Hey, what'd I say? Wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. Wasn't me. That's Eddie Hearn. Shaggy. Wasn't. Got me red-handed, cheating on the bedroom floor. Wasn't me. That wasn't me. Why? Like, that's Eddie Shaggy Hearn. Mr. Lover. She called me Mr. Boombastic. Touch you in the buster system, Mr. Romantic. Eddie Fantastic. Touch you in the buster system, Mr. Oh my gosh. Mr. Lover. Hey, Eddie Shaggy Hearn with that boombastic. It wasn't me. What? It wasn't me. Hold on. We about to do the remix. Smash the like button. We about to do that Eddie. Now let's talk about it. Hold on. We about to get that 90s remix cracking for y'all. Eddie him no tell no lies. Hey, shug it. Mr. Lover. Mr. Lover. Yeah, girl. Hey, everybody, get DAZN. She called me Mr. Mr. Boombastic. Touch you in the Mr. Romantic. Hey, they sped this beat up. This shit ain't going like that. Hold on. I feel like they sped that. This shit was hard to keep up with. What the fuck? Shug it. Everybody got the zone now. Zone. Mr. Lover. Shug it. Hold on, they're gonna try to get me for copyright, so I gotta kind of pause. I gotta pause the remix, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Boombastic, DAZN's fantastic. Touch me in the buster system, Mr. Romantic. Oh my God. Sugar. Oh, this shit is funny. Oh my God. Shout out to Tay, man. Tay been killing. Hey, you a D boy. Cause Tay's been dropping that hotness. We got another $50 super chat. Super Shaggy. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Just a Mr. Romantic, Shaggy, fantastic, Eddie telling lies and then that's the remix off my new EP coming soon. That's Eddie Shaggy. Wasn't me, ah. Hey, what happened to Shaggy? He had a couple of hits though. Yo, we working. Hold on, we're gonna do a midstream roll call. Roll call. Wasn't me. Y'all ready? We gotta wake up. We gotta do this roll call. Let's get it. City, state, zip. Where y'all at? I need to know where y'all at right now. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me, the Stream King. San Diego, I see you. Daly City 650. I told y'all I put the Bay Area on my back. Didn't I tell y'all? It's always West Side, the best side. Hey, we got Tay Tay in the super chat with another $100 super chat. He said, I don't usually drop bags, but when I do, I flood them. KC, Missouri. Lamar Gugis, he represented the Chi-Town this evening. We got Houston, Texas, 77088. Big time from Texas. One time for Texas. We got Jimmy Padilla. He represent El Paso, Texas. The Boogie Down Bronx. Hey. London. We in here. Detroit. And it's so cold in the D. Shout out to Tay Tay. He the Super Chat King right now. Compton, Hub City. Home of Kendrick Lamar. Austin, Texas. Where y'all at? It's kind of reckless. Grab your necklace. Roll call. This beat is so fresh. I know Chaz and me want to know the beat. The beats I be picking. They so sickening. Sounds soulful, don't you agree? Shout out to Ohio. I will be in Nebraska this week. Terrence Crawford versus Jose Benavidez. Courtesy of Top Rank, ESPN. No ESPN Plus. You had to do that Jay-Z laugh. New Jersey, 704. Queen City. See, we got that radio voice going. Hey. Santa Cruz. Shout out to Ellie. Eli. He said ego lit as fuck. This beat's so soulful. Linwood. We in the house. Tay-Tay been going ham with the super chat. He dropping the bag. It's making the haters mad. They oh so sad. Hey. That beat is so clean, though. You know, we're going to do a little bit more of this roll call. I got to make sure y'all woke. Stay woke. This ain't no joke. Hey. Hey. City, state. Zip, where y'all at? L.A. L.A. definitely up in this. That beat was ill, huh? That's Fabulous and Jadakiss. Shout out to the Locks. Okay, we could vibe to this. I'm gonna see what else is out here. That first beat was the one. It's hard to. Ooh, I like that piano part. L.A. Ooh. We the Super Chat King, Super Chat Smooth. We working. I said my shooter's working. This is easy work. They got some beats on here. Yeah. Listen, I actually need, we about to take this to the next level. Graphic designers, videographers, people in different cities, major cities, really. We about to take this to the next level. I promise you. writers for the website, and I will. You know, I'm like Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise. We just looking for a few good men and women. Hey. I hate when the beat takes too long to come in. Shout out to Ron with the $10 super chat. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with Ron. He said Long Island, New York, ready for that Canelo fight at Madison Square. Oh, yeah. You know, did the beat drop? What the fuck? Hold on. We got to talk about that. I need that drop. Where that drop at? Hey. Canelo about to fight. Some night. I can catch that beat. All right, we done with the roll call. We back up in it. I just got to make sure y'all ready. Yeah, man, what's Golovkin going to do? Full of Sports, I need you. Send me your work, directed by ego at gmail.com. Oh, my God. Shout out to Lamar Gucci. Everyone show some love to the channel. The haters don't sleep, so please show the support. Boxing all day. I told you we going to just take this boxing game to the promised land. I told y'all. See, when you the people's champ, the people reward you. I appreciate it. Everybody, you know, from the $1 super chat all the way up, you know. I appreciate all the support. And it's going to, you know, the movement to keep this vehicle. You know, real talk, I'm at Deontay Wilder. I'm trying to get it. Like, you know, I'm trying to get with him. I want to do something real big. With him. Real big. Like, this is not a game, bro. Like, sent someone to the DAZN fight card yesterday. You know, we just working people. Shout out to Laura Rodriguez, $1 super chat. You know, everything helps the movement. You know. What have you said to get dislikes already? Man, they see these super chats. That's why they disliking. Because they broke. That's what happens. Broke people. They like, oh, look at him. He's dropping gems. Getting dislikes. You know, we're not worried about that. You know, we're here to elevate boxing by any means necessary. People got to be realistic though. Canelo moving up to 168. I'm not mad at it. He's off the heels of 2 tough fights with Gennady Golovkin. Hell no, guys. Right? You know, he's having a quick turnaround. You know, did you really think he was going to fight Charlo? Like, trust me, I'm realistic as possible. I definitely want to see, like, you know, Ice Cube voice. Man, I definitely want to see that. Like, I definitely want to see Canelo fight Jermall Charlo. You know what I mean? However, I mean, is that real? Do you honestly really think it was going to happen in December? Like, really, really, really coming off the heels of 2 Triple G fights, you know, and failing a drug test. I mean, honestly, did anyone? I don't know why people would even act shocked about that. You knew that shit wasn't happening. Shit, y'all keep leaving these super chats. I'm about to get this new camera lens I was gonna get. Shit. Yeah, we doing some major overhauls and upgrades. You guys will see soon. You know, I ain't gonna speak too much. Y'all see. This ain't in vain. You know, I'm not just sitting up here caking up. Like I said, I always bet on me. So I funnel money into what I'm doing, you know, into the movement, into Boxing Ego. Believe it or not, you will see shortly. Are you considering taking phone calls in the future? It's whatever the fans want, people. You know, I'm not. I clearly can talk in front of crowds, so, you know, I'm not worried about it. Because it's going to either be a good call, you know, knowledgeable people saying their 2 cents, or it's going to be some foolishness. But I'm ready for whatever. So, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, it's whatever the fans want. Shout out to Lamar Gugis. He said, boxing has a voice. Proud of you, Ego. Man, I'm proud of Ego's army, man, because I see y'all in the comment section, not even just on my videos. I see interviews and stuff. We got to stick together. We got to unite because there's a lot of politics. And the sooner we unite for what's right, the sooner we get the right things out of boxing. You know, for so long, people treat boxing like boxing fans get treated like shit, you know, for decades. You know, HBO Boxing, you're not going to give us the fights we want on your regular network. Meanwhile, we supporting HBO Boxing. Some of us, like me, who have had HBO for the sole purpose of boxing, I never deleted it. Always have faith that hopefully HBO gets it and, you know, starts putting on the biggest fights or, like, original programming. Because, like, even if you're doing Canelo Triple G2, obviously it's not going to go on regular HBO. We know that. But you could at least make it worth my subscription by putting on a 4-part 24/7 series, by putting on Max Kellerman Face Off. You know, they completely forgot about their boxing fans, you know. And then when the going got tough and they started getting slaughtered by Showtime, you know, to the point where they knew they couldn't keep up, and ESPNs and shit, and they knew they couldn't keep up. And then they had Canelo and Triple G as free agents where they don't have to stay on the network. Then you seen what they did. They turned their back on their boxing fans, talking about, oh, it's not a determining factor. No shit, because you haven't been giving us what we've been asking for boxing fans. So, of course, people are buying HBO, aren't really doing it nowadays because of boxing. The people who are boxing fans already had HBO. You feel me? They already had the HBO subscription. So that's the difference. So, yeah, your new customers were only getting boxing for Game of Thrones. Of course they're not getting for boxing because no new boxing fan seen a calendar of fights that would entice them to buy it in recent memory. Their best fights were like Canelo Golovkin, and that was on pay-per-view. Andre Ward Kovalev, that was on pay-per-view. So, you know, they just didn't choose to fix it, you know. And just like any business, that's what's going to happen, you know, just like old media. This is my goal. This is my goal, to make what's real bleed through and people see it. And then what's fake is just going to dissipate. So you can get with it or get lost. It's that simple. You know, there's a lot of people who are putting in the time, putting in the work. And we always got to work so much harder to clean up the message, because we're not like, people get this twisted, this game. I'm not aimlessly looking at Eddie Hearn or whatnot and saying like, hey, you're doing this and that wrong. That's why there's a lot of emotion in boxing. You know, real passionate fans and whatnot. I'm not mad at Eddie as a human, like, but if he can react and say whatever he wants, then why can't I speak my mind and react to what he's saying? You get what I'm saying? Especially when I think some of what he's doing, a lot of what he's doing, at least regarding Joshua, you know, is not the right thing for right now, you know. But yeah, people treat boxing fans crazy. You know, like we don't matter or something. Like you get what we want to give you. What you mean? We paying for it. So you have to start providing, you know. It is what it is. Straight up, you know. And that's what it's getting to in this boxing game. You got to start giving the fan, and see, this was disappointing about like HBO is they took the back door out, you know. I like competition. I'm a highly competitive person. So if there's another channel and they step up their game, then why wouldn't I step up my game? You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. You know, people see another channel or whatnot, and the channel steps up their game, and then they fold. You know, when Showtime started putting out these monster calendars and announcing in January all these fights all the way until the end of summer, HBO should have, with what they had, been working with main events and Golden Boy and like really trying to, get this popping. But they weren't doing that. So, this is an example where the competition just bested them. They didn't even try to compete, but they could have competed at some level. Like little decisions don't make any sense. Ryan Garcia, he's pretty popular. Why has he never been on HBO? He fighting on Facebook and other shit, ESPN or whatever. Why didn't HBO try to do something with Ryan Garcia? Get him a Gamboa fight or some shit and put that as an HBO. That seems doable. Gamboa versus Ryan Garcia. They didn't even try. They could have easily did something like that. Chose not to. What Eddie Hearn's doing is worse than Bob Arum, because Bob Arum is like an OG in the game, and he'll say some stuff and it might be contradicting, but he's not in love with the celebrity. He's been doing this for so long. I really feel like Eddie Hearn likes to be like, like Suge Knight said, any of y'all artists want to stay true artists, don't want to have to worry about executive producer, all in the video, dancing, come to death row. Eddie Hearn Eddie Hearn would be the one that got on the mic at that Source Awards talking about take that. I'm the promoter that a comment was made about earlier. Take that. He would be that. He's the one that wants to be all in the video and like any of your artists want to stay true artists. Don't want to have to worry about the executive producer, all on the song, all in the videos, dancing. Come to death row. Like, Eddie would be the one at the Source Awards, like, I'm the boxing promoter. Take that. Who a comment was made about earlier. He would be that person. So that's worse than Bob Arum, because Bob Arum, I don't think he gives a shit about that. He don't care about, like, he looks at interviews, probably maybe just from doing it so long, he seems like he looks at interviews as just a part of the business. Eddie Hearn looks like he wants to be like in the public eye and like trying to make jokes and shit. Bob Arum don't care about none of that. Hey, Bob Arum damn near sound cranky in some of it. Mayweather, he's a barring fighter. Like, damn, motherfucker, why you pre-mad and shit? How many times do I have to tell? Like, goddamn, Bob, are you angry already? But Mayweather, he might. That's how Bob Arum would do it. He don't give a fuck. He just tell you what it is. He just cutthroat. Motherfucker be pre-mad before the interview. Like, hey, Bob, the Pacquiao, I don't care. I'm worried about Terrence Crawford and Jose Benavidez. Like, goddamn, motherfucker, you pre-mad than a bitch. You mad before I even hit the record button. Yeah. Pacquiao, he doesn't want to. But Terrence Crawford is his fight. Motherfucker be mad before the record button is depressed. But anyway, he don't care about the celebrity aspect. He getting caked up. He making that Jewish money. You know what I'm saying? He just out there eating, trying to win for Top Rank and get that bread. Eddie Hearn seems like he's the one that he wants to do the banter and make people laugh. Shirley Winkle, Finkel Dinkle, Pinkle, Shinkle, Ray Winkle, Ray Finkel, Ace Ventura, laces out. Like, so it's actually worse because Bob Arum he been in the game so long, he's direct. He just boom, 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 answer these fucking questions and then dip. Eddie Hearn's the one that, like, night at the Improv and shit. Like, I never understood that. And then, I don't know, maybe it's British humor or some shit, but the stuff is not even, it's just weird. You know, like people laugh at like Eddie Hearn. Eddie Eddie Hearn be doing like asking random people in New York, "Oh, who's Deontay Wilder? Excuse me, pardon me," and they'd be like, "Oh, I don't know who the fuck you say, Dion. I don't know." Then you know, and then he'd be like, "Ah, see, like that's not funny. That proves nothing." I never understood that. And then the people from the UK be like, "You got him, Eddie. You got him by the balls. You take the piss, Eddie." Like, what was funny about that? Because he's asking random people. You could do that to anything. You know, ask somebody, like if you go to I don't know, you go to a political, like politics class in a college and then ask them about politics. I can't go to no fucking kindergarten class and be like, "Hey, what do you think about this? You know, what do you think about Kavanaugh and Donald Trump?" They're kindergartners. Why would the fuck? You know, that's just, it doesn't even make sense. You know, you're just asking random people about boxing. Boxing is a small community. It's a niche sport, you know? So, of course they're not going to know. But dudes in the UK be laughing and shit. They be laughing like this shit's cute. Like, what's so funny about that? Shirley Winkle, like, Eddie Hearn older than me. You know, he older than me, calling people out their name, like, Shelly Finkel, Winkle, Dinkle, like. I mean, I guess. I mean, is that... I'm just trying to hear about this Wilder Joshua fight, you know? Like, all that Shelly Finkel, Dinkle, that don't do nothing for me, you know? But hey, to each his own. Billy Joe Saunders, the outcome of his, whatever's happening with him, is decided on Tuesday. So, I don't know. Eddie TMZ Hearn. I'm just like, you gotta make it make sense, you know. You saying we need to come to a deal in advance, then it gets poor feedback, and then you switch it and say, "Hey, I'm just requesting a meetup. We don't have to have a deal by December 1st. What? That's not what you said, though. That's not what you said. You know, so maybe you should have worded it the first time different or better, but that's not what you said. Straight up. So, I don't know. I think, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, obviously. Damn, Floyd's in Dubai and shit. This is Floyd in Dubai, Mayweather. Hey, he tripping. What the fuck is he doing? Oh, shit. Who's that? Anyway, just my opinion. I think Eddie Hearn should just probably put together his fights and stuff and stay away from some of them cameras. Or you know, be in and out. Like, you know, something. Because this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. You know, just saying whatever and then changing it. People remember that. You know? Dale, you nasty. I'm just saying, like, I mean, what if I just, see, this is the thing. Why am I held to a standard? Why, like, I know for a fact I can't just say Danny Garcia beats Keith Thurman, and then when he loses to Keith Thurman, just come back and switch and say, "Yeah, I knew Keith Thurman would win." Y'all would hold me to a standard, wouldn't you? They can't wait till new media get it wrong, even if it's something as simple as a fight prediction. You know? They can't wait to tell me about myself. Ha ha, you fucking bum. Close your channel. Danny Garcia lost. You fucking idiot. You know, they can't wait. So why is it that y'all hold me to a standard? That's an actually good question. What up, Ego? You think Canelo's next bout is going to be a pay-per-view? You know, some people started posing that. I didn't think about that initially. I don't think it's pay-per-view. That should be on regular HBO or Nickelodeon maybe. Nickelodeon pay-per-view. Kids' Choice pay-per-view, but it definitely shouldn't be on like HBO pay-per-view. Or I hope that's not pay-per-view. Like, see, that's the thing. I'm realistic. I don't mind Canelo taking the fight, but again, how is that good for boxing to chart? What type of numbers are you expecting to get out of that? So if that is your choice, that it doesn't seem like and see, this is the thing is like, this is why Al Heyman, at least he has the ability to load up his cards because he has so many different people. Golden Boy, who are they going to put on it? Joseph Jojo Diaz versus somebody, Ryan Garcia versus somebody, you're going to have to put something. If you really want it, you have to put like Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis or some shit on the pay-per-view. Because other than that, I mean, I don't see it. I can't see that being a successful pay-per-view. But I think, actually, never mind. I was about to say Liam Smith actually was a pay-per-view. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what they're going to do. It might be on DAZN. Because it's a DAZN fight or it's an Eddie Hearn fighter. So I could see him maybe doing that. Doing a one-fight deal with DAZN. And then deciding what's next for him. But yeah, it shouldn't be pay-per-view. It should be free, or you're not free, but like HBO, Showtime, ESPN, or DAZN. I don't even know if they would even do that. They should make good money just because it's Canelo fighting in New York where he doesn't customarily fight. So that's just being greedy to try to put a fight like that on pay-per-view when nobody it's not a pay-per-view ready-made fight, period. I have no problem with them taking the fight as, a stay busy fight coming off of not being able to fight in May and trying to get 2 in, quick turnaround after 2 tough fight with Glove. I don't have a problem with that, but pay-per-view, hell no. You guys let me know. You gonna pay $65, $75 for that? Pacquiao signing Al Heyman hasn't been confirmed. It's a rumor at this point, but I heard he might fight Broner, and he got signed to a 2-fight deal. Ego, you think Canelo could be marketable in New York? Hell yeah. Canelo's Canelo. I thought he really beat Triple G. So, I know I'm not the only one in the planet that felt that way. Canelo's Canelo. If Golovkin was successful, why wouldn't Canelo be successful when he's a bigger star? Golovkin's been on the East Coast a couple of times. Canelo showed more of a quote-unquote Mexican style, risky style than Golovkin in his last fight. So, yeah, Canelo's marketable. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this stream. Shout out to Tay Tay. That's the man of the hour. He balled out with the super chats. It helps the movement. I got to, I've already been on for 2 hours. I was going to do a vampire stream, but I don't think I could do it because I got to work. It depends on how much I get done because I got to pack for this trip and all this, do all this laundry and shit. So thank you guys for tuning in. Tay Tay is the man of the live stream. Everybody, can we get some clap emojis? He really balled out in the super chats, and he just did another one, $25. Shout out to Tay Tay. Hey, give the man some chats. Ego's Army, this wouldn't be right to end this stream without giving some respects to Tay Tay. Dropping mad money in the super chat, we about to take over, the hostile takeover. We about to, man, I'm focused. I'm hungry. I feel like we're on the right track. No new friends. This is just Ego's Army, and we holding people to a standard in this boxing game. All them other channels, you'll see. I promise you, I will, and I do promise. The manifestation have started. I promise you. All them channels who not being responsible and saying responsible things in boxing, you'll see a pendulum shift. This is our time now. If you're not talking about nothing, you'll see they're going to either, I promise you, I've been predicting a lot of things right this year. Mark my words. You will see channels that fold and give up. You will see channels that post infrequently, far and few in between. Like they used to post daily, but then now they post every 2-3 weeks, every 2-3 months, one video. You're going to see some of them that fall off completely and just stop. And then you'll go back to look at their page and it'll be like, this person hasn't updated a video in 2, 3, 4 months, right? You'll see people who maybe try to clean up their act, right? And start talking a different tune. But we holding people to a standard. So it's going to be one of those two things or one of those few things if you're not being responsible. Real boxing fans are here. We're here to stay. Boxing's in a good place. And Ego's Army and the real boxing fans ain't going to allow you. Every time, Dan Tay-Tay's tripping. He said every time Ego go live, I'll drop 300 to 400. Man, we just here now. Ego's Army. It's just join the wave. All that other stuff is going to drown. You got to be talking about something. We're not falling for it. Someone said Ortiz will destroy Whyte. We just want to see it. Let's see it. It's a good fight. We don't want to see, Ortiz is so old. Who is he beat? That stuff, those arguments, when we know what you're doing, it's done. It's donezo. It is really donezo. You can't do that anymore. Like say something that sounds crazy and it's the furthest from the truth. Like we all know Luis Ortiz. Everybody in this room knows Luis Ortiz is at least a threat, is at least a good fighter, right? And all of a sudden you're going to be the only one talking about who is he beat and he hasn't beat no one. He sucks and he's no one else feels that way. No, I'm not saying he's invincible, but to make it like he's pure utter shit and justify Povetkin, who failed drug tests just like Luis Ortiz. I mean, how did he get an opportunity? If we're doing mandatories, Luis Ortiz was Joshua's mandatory before Povetkin. Why did he fight Klitschko? Why didn't he go straight after Luis Ortiz as a tune-up? Hold on to your belts, beat Luis Ortiz before Wilder. See, that's the crazy thing. Joshua had the opportunity to beat Luis Ortiz before. Eddie Hearn and Joshua, they keep recycling the same rhetoric. Like saying, Joshua only has 22 fights. 22 fights. What that mean? He's still a unified champion. So because we're supposed to give him special treatment because he like you have to look at his age. How old is Joshua? 28? How old is Joshua? I want to say he's like 28 probably, right? Somebody tell me how old Anthony Joshua is. Please look it up. Somebody. Okay, he's 28. Canelo's 28. So yes, Canelo didn't get an Olympic gold medal, so he has more fights, but they weren't high quality fights because he was learning on the job early on. But who has a better resume right now, today? This is what I'm saying. People do this with Lomachenko. Like it doesn't make sense. If Canelo's 28 and Joshua's 28, who has a better resume out of the 28? Battle of the 28s. Who right now, as of today, as of Canelo just beating Golovkin and Joshua beating Povetkin, who has a better resume? I want you guys to vote. Say Canelo or AJ. And we'll do a hot seat. We'll do a hot seat right now. Who has a better resume? Win, lose, or draw, who has a better resume? Canelo by far, Nello easy. That's what I'm saying. Does anyone believe AJ's resume is superior to Canelo? Win, lose, or draw? He's just stepped in with like better people than Canelo. So all that age, like, I mean, not age, but all that number shit is a myth. Like, oh, look at how AJ, you making it like AJ's done something. Yes, he has few fights, so he moved along at a good pace, but that all got expedited because you took a championship fight against what was considered the weakest link, an unproven Charles Martin. You know, so it got on and popping. And as a champion, that's what you have to. If that's why, okay, put it this way. Why did Joshua not fight Deontay Wilder? Wilder was a champion before Charles Martin. Tyson Fury was a champion before Charles Martin. Why didn't Joshua fight one of them? Because his promoter was not ready to put him in there with Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. But when they seen it, the lowest hanging fruit, which was an unproven Charles Martin, they took it. The moment you decided to take that, you're a champion now. Nobody's going to feel sorry. Nobody's going to be like, oh, no, he's still young. He's still, you know. And we let you fight who you wanted to. Up until, from Charles Martin to Klitschko, he fought Dominic Breazeale, who looked horrible, versus Amir Mansour, before Amir Mansour bit his tongue, you know, got knocked down and everything. He didn't look good in that fight. And then he fought like Eric Molina after Wilder had already knocked him out. So we let you take developmental fights. You know, fights where you were heavily favored to win. And up until the Klitschko, that was your real test. And that was even a guy coming off of almost a 2-year layoff, 18-month layoff, coming off of looking horrible versus Tyson Fury. So Eddie Hearn keeps throwing out this like bait, like, oh, he only has 22 fights. Okay, well, Canelo has double that, but they're the same age, so who cares? Who cares about the value? The end result is Canelo's a champion, and he has a better resume at the same age as your guy. Your guy just has fewer fights. But you have to leverage and factor as much data as you can. The heavyweight division for a while wasn't really popping. You know, you only had a couple guys. Canelo has been in divisions where there's some really good names. He's been in more stacked divisions than you. You know, so that's also a difference. You know, yeah, he has 22 fights, but okay. I'm going to name some fighters. Name someone that Joshua, we'll play this game. We'll see who runs out first, okay? Y'all want to play the game? I was about to get off, but I got my second win now. Okay. Y'all want to play a game? I'll name a quality person that Canelo fought, and we'll see who runs out of names first. So you guys think on behalf of AJ's 22 fights or whatever, and I'll name Canelo's fights. Y'all want to play? Y'all want to play the game? If y'all want to play the game, can I get a hell yeah? We'll see who runs out first. And it's not even just running out. Of course, 40-something fight, 50 fights, or whatever the fuck Canelo has will run out before 22. But we're not even going to get into 20. I'm not going to list 20-something fights. You know? So it's not even a competition of who has more fights. We're talking about the end result. Let's play. Okay. Canelo stepped in with Floyd Mayweather. Name someone that Joshua fought that's in the echelon of a Floyd Mayweather. Who's Joshua fought in his 22 fights that's Mayweather caliber in his division? None. Okay, so we'll skip that. Name someone, because he lost that fight anyway. Name someone he fought that was at Islandi Lara level. Like, what Lara had accomplished at the time Canelo had fought, like that type of resume, that type of stylistic threat to Canelo style. Name someone that Joshua fought that you would say is what Edeslandi Lara is to 154 at the time Canelo fought him. Klitschko? Okay, fine, Klitschko. So now you guys have used up Klitschko. Okay, now name someone that Joshua fought that's comparable to an undefeated Austin Trout that Canelo fought. So who's an undefeated Austin Trout caliber person that Joshua has fought? Joseph Parker. Okay. Now you guys have used up Parker. Okay, Miguel Cotto, a definite Hall of Famer. He beat and knocked out Sergio Martinez. He been in there with Floyd, Pacquiao, ton of experience. He lost those fights, avenged the Margarito loss, and Margarito's arguably cheating. So who is Joshua's Miguel Cotto? So you've already used up Klitschko and you already used Parker. So name someone that Joshua has beaten that has delivered what Cotto has delivered to the sport of boxing. You know, wins over Zab Judah, Joshua, Clottey. I thought Clottey could have won that one, but Shane Mosley. You know, we know who Cotto is. So who's Joshua's Cotto? Nobody? Okay. Anybody disagree? We already used Klitschko. He's already done. Y'all used him already. We used Klitschko. Someone said definitely not Takam. Hell no. We already used Klitschko. We already used Joseph Parker. So who is Joshua? We just going down. We going name his Cotto. Someone who's equivalent to what Cotto is, you know, that Joshua has fought. See? You can't even name Povetkin because Povetkin's resume ain't like no Cotto. Like, you have to be fucking kidding me. Someone said Gary Cornish. Tack him. Yeah, hell no. You cannot tell me Povetkin's resume at heavyweight is comparable. Cotto has a deep-ass resume. Dillian Whyte had fought nobody at the time Joshua beat him. Like, he had no major marquee names. He did his best work after the Joshua loss. You know, the Lucas Browns and Parkers and Chisora, that all came after. Okay, we haven't even got to Gennady Golovkin, 2 fights with him. Name the Gennady Golovkin that Joshua has faced. Somebody, the threat level that Golovkin was, or is perceived at middleweight, name somebody that, and that's 2 fights because Canelo fought him twice. Win, lose, or draw. Name the Golovkin caliber guy that that Joshua has beaten. Nobody? See, shout out to Kane. He said Dillian Whyte and Joshua were on equal levels. That's what I'm saying. Dillian Whyte was probably like 15-0 or something like that. You know, good knockout ratio, but he hadn't fought no big names. All the big names that he's fought happened with Joshua and after Joshua. See, I'm done. That's what I'm saying. So, yes, I get it that Joshua, in few fights, he has the resume he has, but you have to look at age. Look, Canelo's his same age. Canelo, and this is the thing. Canelo's not an Olympic gold medalist. Canelo was fighting he was getting criticism by me and a lot of people because he was getting praised and he was fighting like older Shane Mosley. You know, name a Shane Mosley that Joshua beat. Like, you know, we could just keep doing this, but he was fighting Josito Lopez, and we're like, okay, we need to see how good this kid is. But then once he fought Austin Trout, it's been on and cracking because he's had Floyd Mayweather, Trout, he's fought Cotto, he fought Golovkin, you know. Then he started really stepping up in a short period of time. So he had major grinding years. So who cares that Joshua has 22 fights? He's the same age as Canelo, and Canelo's resume is far superior to Joshua's. So, yeah, Joshua has fewer fights because he's a heavyweight. You know, division works a little bit different. But his resume is not even comparable to the other biggest star, you know, in boxing. So what are we really talking about? Eddie Hearn keeps using that as a saving grace. Oh, he only has 22 fights. And the other thing is, the last thing I'm going to say is this. People are privy to their situation. You get what I'm saying? Like, Eddie Hearn, he invested in Joshua, you know. Oh, yeah, Amir Khan, Shane Mosley. That's what I'm saying. Josito at least broke Victor Ortiz's jaw and then moved up. Look at Ray Hernandez. Bro, you way off the mark. He said, who has Jermall Charlo fought? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Ray Hernandez, you in the hot seat. What did that even come from? What does Jermall Charlo have to do with this? Ray Hernandez, please hurry up. What does that have to do with anything? What is Jamal Charlo? Who is talking about Charlo? See, I know they're only here to cause distractions. So I want to hear why he brought up that distraction. We talking about heavyweight divisions and making a comparison to two people who are the same age. I'm just using the same criteria. Okay, I could body you dudes so easily. First of all, Jamal Charlo was a champion in the previous weight class. He knocked out his mandatory that people said was skilled and he was afraid of in Julian J. Rock Williams. He also, as challenger, knocked out Cornelius K9 Bundridge, who demolished Carlos Molina, who has a style that's hard to look good against. And K9 demolished him, and then Charlo demolished him, right? Then, on top of that, he moved up, and within 2 fights, he's done everything that the sanctioning body has asked of him. And now they said he's, the #1 challenger or whatever to the WBC belt. I think he thinks you're criticizing Canelo. Well, just block him. I don't even. He just way off the mark. No, I'm not. How am I criticizing Canelo? I'm giving Canelo props for being the same age as AJ with a better resume. Just block Ray Hernandez. Look at the names, the faces, and the profile pictures of people doing the most hating. Ray Hernandez, just get rid of him. I'm done. He's just trying to. This is what they do. Oh, what has Charlo done? What does Charlo have to do with this equation that we're even talking about? I wasn't even criticizing Canelo. Anyway, that's the stream. I've been on here over 2 hours. Holla at the kid. Shout out to Tay Tay, Super Chat Gods. He set everything off. Really appreciate it. They only here to cause distractions. New media. We're going to keep plugging away. No mercy, But, yeah, Eddie Hearn keeps using Joshua, look at in 22 fights what he's done. 22. They do that with Lomachenko. Yeah, he only has 12 fights. Yeah, he has 12 fights, but he's pushing 30. Not everyone's going to have the same profile. Not everyone's going to have the same journey. Canelo has more fights than Joshua, but it's ill to compare. Oh, where was Canelo at in his 21st fight? Who cares? Who cares? Canelo, where he's at in his 21st fight, doesn't matter because the motherfucker was probably like 16 or 17, and he wasn't an Olympic gold medalist. So how can I compare? How's that even comparable? Oh, look at where was Floyd Mayweather in his 8th fight? He wasn't beating a Nicholas Walter. Who gives a shit? He didn't stay for 2 Olympics, 8 years, and get 2 Olympic gold medals. People factor in stuff that is stupid. Bottom line is Floyd Mayweather was a champion when he was 20, 21. He beat Gennaro Hernandez. Lomachenko became champion. He was like 28 or something, 29 to 27 or something. So everyone's going to have a different journey, but people try to match it up and mirror. Oh, look at what Joshua's done in his 22nd fight. Who cares? Now, I'm not saying who cares like what he hasn't done, but I'm saying if you think about it, it doesn't matter when Canelo's the same age. He had a different journey because he didn't come from the Olympic, so he had more fights because he had to learn on the job to develop instead of getting an Olympic gold medal and being, acclimated to the pro game. Or readied for the pro game, but they're the same age. You got to look at their age too. How is it that Canelo, with no Olympic gold medal, is beating a silver medalist in Gennady Golovkin, and he has a deeper resume than a guy with a gold medal, in Anthony Joshua, but they're the same age. That has to be Eddie Hearn's talking point is like really a moot point. He keeps saying, "Oh, Wilder was fighting in his 15th fight. He wasn't fighting a Klitschko. He was fighting in Cancun." Who cares? Right now, he's the man. He's a threat. Right now, he has learned everything he needed to learn, and he's a champion. He's calling out your fighter. It doesn't matter. Like, why are we looking at who he fought when he was 15? Like, what is that? What relevance does that have to? Him and your fighter are the biggest people that fight out of your own mouth. See, that's what I'm saying. To me, that's all filler talk. Because at the end of the day, Wilder had his own story and Wilder had his own journey. That's all, like, okay, here's an example. I have a lot of video uploads on YouTube. That's what I personally did to grow my brand. keep in mind, if you look at my channel, the About Me section of my channel on YouTube, it says I started when I opened the account. When I opened the account, it was not a boxing channel. It was called Ego's World 1, right? So I would be more like the Canelo in this equation. I didn't just come in and my whole focus was boxing. I was editing videos on World Star. I was editing sports videos, music videos. And then later, I didn't even start talking about boxing until way later. So if someone looks at my About Me section, it's going to say, oh, Ego, he opened his channel in 2011 or whenever I opened it. But you have to keep in mind, my journey was different because this wasn't a boxing only channel. That's what it grew to. It was initially called, and my throwback people can attest to it was initially called Ego's World 1. So if somebody's like, oh yeah, he has 150,000 plus subscribers, but look how many video uploads he has. Who cares? That's what I had to do. I had to do, a year or two of making boxing videos, and then I started doing boxing videos because I've been a lifelong fan, and that was my independent journey to get here. But the reality is now I have one of the biggest channels. So who cares if a channel has less uploads? They're not making more money than me. So that's what I'm saying. We should be focused on the current, the here and now, regarding little stupid shit. Like you asking where Wilder was in his 15th fight. That's like somebody saying, oh, when Ego started his channel, how many views was he getting? Who cares? What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything? I'm getting the views now. We getting the bag now. So that's my whole point. That's why it really makes no sense. Somebody can say, oh, look, he had to upload 3,000 videos. Who cares? I'm at the top of my class with a select few. I have a verified YouTuber channel now. You know what I'm saying? So who cares how I got there? As long as I got here the honest way. It's not like I was hitting old ladies over the head, cheating to get here. We just work hard. Everyone has a story. That's what I'm saying. Like, none of that matters. The fact is, I work for myself, boss life, self-employed. We do what we want. And I'm here now. So that would be like Eddie Hearn, like, oh, where was his boxing channel when, in his 15th video? Who cares where I was? I wasn't even covering boxing in my 15th video. I was doing other shit, but it grew to something. Same thing with Wilder. Who cares if he was fighting in Cancun in his 22nd fight? What's that got to do with now? He ain't fighting in Cancun now. He's fighting in LeBron James' home, the Staples Center. So to me, those are weak arguments. Oh, look at Joshua, where was so-and-so? That's like super casual to even say. Where was Wilder in his so-and-so fight? They do this with Lomachenko too. Where was Floyd in his 10th fight? Who was he fighting? He was fighting a cab driver. Who gives a shit? Because when Lomachenko was fighting for his second Olympic gold medal, Floyd was already a champion. Bet that. So everyone has their own independent, unique story. But really what matters is where you're at currently. What have you done? It's like what that talking point really reminds me of, like talking about somebody who was a musician that was topping the charts in 1992, but right now they're irrelevant and no one's talking about them. That's cool. Where's the guy, the one that's alive from Milli Vanilli? Where's he at right now? Like, where's his music career? But oh man, I was the man in 1993. That's cool. 1992, we had all the hits. Okay. But right now, you don't have all the hits, Coolio might have been the most popping rapper at the time, in the 95s and shit. But he's not the most current relevant person now, so we got to start looking at that. The relevancy We're talking about seeing Joshua Wilder in 2018. Fantastic ride, slide, slippity slide. Been spinning around sunlight, living in the like. Hey, why is the fat singer? He was sweating in the video and shit. Like, motherfucker, you better stop singing. You sweating and shit. But the thing about it is that that's why it's like really a irrational, casual point. Is we want to see Joshua versus Wilder now, 2018, 2019. We want to see it now. So why do I care how many fights it took for Wilder to get here? You know, it took Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. 60 fights, 57 fights to start fighting world-class competition. But the thing is, once he stepped up, he still was able to hold his own against the Meldrick Taylors and Pernell Whitakers, you know, and be competitive at the very least, you know. So everyone has an independent journey. You know, Salido got knocked out in his pro debut, you know. So if you look at Lomachenko, and he got knocked out shortly after that, but he was 15 in Mexico fighting, you know. So if you were to say, oh, where was Salido in his third fight? His third fight, he was getting knocked out, you know. Lomachenko in his third fight, he was beating Gary Russell. That's cool, but they have different stories. What happened when Salido fought Loma? When the two crossed paths, Salido beat Loma. You know, so all that, that's like a casual point. It really never made no sense to me. Well, where was Wilder in his 19th fight? We don't care about Wilder's 19th fight. I don't even know if I knew who Deontay Wilder was in his 19th fight. He got 40 fights. I don't even know if I was checking for him. You said I got stepped on. What happened? I don't know. But like I said, no one's talking about when, like that's like saying where was Joshua in his 7th fight? It doesn't matter where he was at in his 7th fight. He's a unified champion now. We're not talking. This is not a hot tub time machine. You know, it's not Back to the Future. We're not worried about Joshua's 7th fight, Wilder fighting in Cancun in his 19th fight. That's what they took to get here. Fine. But Wilder's here. He has arrived, and so has Joshua. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about Wilder when he was in his 21st fight fighting current Joshua. That's not the conversation. We're talking about them crossing paths with where they're at right now. What do you mean stepped on? I don't get it. I don't get what the term. I know. I don't know. I guess I don't know what stepped on means. I don't know. I don't get the stepped on thing. But yeah, man. It is what it is. But I've been going for a minute. Holla at the kid. Make sure y'all smash the like button. We working. This kind of turned into a vampire stream. Holla. We working. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Tay Tay and everybody for the super chats. It really helps the channel. Helps get us to the next level. You know, I'm definitely motivated. I got some stuff to do the next day before I go out to Omaha. But I will be covering the Crawford fight. It's going to be a busy week. So, you know, I'm probably going to chill out, get some stuff done around the house. You know, there will be more content. But Crawford Benavidez is going down. I'm looking forward to that one. Omaha's always a good time when I go there. If you guys know any food spots or whatever, holla at me. Let me know. If you know any hotels or something, because I still haven't even booked my flight or nothing. You know, real boss shit. We book when we want to book. Hotels, flight, you know, so we're going to just do that. I got to look into that stuff. Appreciate you guys. Eagles Army, salute. You know, we control the narrative now. That's it. Peace out.